Hi guys, welcome back to me and Brad's weekly ranking series. Quite a bit to talk about from last week, so we're going to dive straight in. So we're kicking off with our cheap defenders that you'll be able to see on the screen next to you now. Quite a few talking points on the cheap defenders this week. I think let's probably kick off with Luca Dean. I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, he proved why he's a troll for
Yeah,
FPL players. Massively proved it. I mean, I've actually still got him relatively high on my list. I've got him at
yeah,
four just because I still don't think we see loads of rotation. Although
mm,
the rotation came way earlier than I thought it was going to. But
mm.
yeah, hard to trust him now.
Yeah. I think for me as well, it's also, I've got him at 10, which is quite harsh, but I think a lot of that is PTSD from just owning him in the past, and
Yeah,
he will do that to you. It's like Daniel Calvert-Lewin, for example. That guy's never seeing a single list I'm doing ever again, and it's just from the FPL trauma element.
yeah.
So yeah, Luca Dean at the moment, a bit of a volatile asset.
hmm
Moving on, I've got Hall at 4. You've got him at 7. So
Yeah,
we should also point out Newcastle haven't played yet. So me and Brad are recording this before the Newcastle West Ham game. But yeah, why's Hall slipped for you? You had him at 3 last week.
yeah. Not. I mean, obviously he hasn't done anything yet, so it's
Mm.
not because of that. It's more just the fixtures. Like that West Ham
Yeah.
fixture was one of the best ones in that 5 game block. So
Mm.
it's just a case that those fixtures have moved. Like that was one of the best fixtures. So
Yeah.
still a great option. Don't get me wrong, and he's obviously ridiculously cheap. So I mean, yeah, fantastic option. But
Yeah.
there are some better options that are just slightly more expensive.
Yeah, no, I completely hear that. And then Udogi. So you've got Udogi at 8. I haven't got Udogi on my list at all. I think, obviously Spurs looked insane against City, but Spurs always look insane against City. And we need to remember how mortal they look against other teams. I'm just a bit worried about Udogi's fixtures. Great player, by the way, one of the best left backs in the league. But I'm just a bit worried about Chelsea, Liverpool, Fulham, and Bournemouth, who have all been, pretty good going forward. So,
Yeah, the
yeah.
the fixtures are kind of a mixed bag, really. They haven't got like
Mm.
a really bad run or a really good run. It's a bit
Yeah.
it's a bit of a mixed bag, but I just think that even even if there isn't kind of a big clean sheet chance in any of these games, I think that the way that Spurs set up and the way he sets up, there's going to be a chance for an attacking return anyway. So,
Yeah.
admittedly, I probably wouldn't actually go for him just because. I mean, I've got him at 8. There's better options, but
Yeah.
I do think that Spurs defenders or players in general will just tick along over these like mixed fixtures.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, it's quite hard to dispute that. Sorry, bit of background noise. Basic, and then the final other point I wanted to discuss is so I've got Semedo in. I just think purely Wolves at the moment look red hot. Granted, maybe not the best defensively, but Semedo does offer a bit going forward as well. He has got 2 assists this season. Um, and I just think, the teams that Wolves are playing are so bad that we could definitely see 1 or 2 clean sheets thrown in there as well. So I
Yeah,
just think Semedo's pretty good value in that sense.
those next 5 fixtures are ideal, which is obviously
Yeah,
why I've got Aitner first. Aitner is
yeah,
just brilliant. Those fixtures are so good. So yeah, I
yeah,
don't I don't mind the Semedo pick at all.
yeah. Sweet. So, I mean, pretty aligned on premium defenders now. So if we move over, the one point of difference again. I mean, we both brought Porro in, both quite reactive on the Spurs sense. You've got Estepinian a bit higher than me. I just think, at the 5 million price point, we know what Estepinian can do, and Brighton's fixtures are pretty much as good as it gets. But I kind of just need to see it this season at least before I can fully buy into it at that price.
Yeah, it's fair, and obviously with most Brighton players, he's not completely nailed, of course, but
Yeah,
you'd expect him to play reasonable minutes, to be honest. And
yeah,
yeah, just a fixtures player. I think their fixtures are brilliant.
yeah. Completely agree. And so Cucurella, I think, robbed of a clean sheet. Chelsea were very unlucky there, but he does stay for me because Reece James has the hamstring of a a lamb shank. So I think also Cucurella offered a bit going forward. We saw he had an expected assist of 0.26. he was getting forward. He was providing that width for them. So I just think he's not bad value there, especially given Chelsea's run of fixtures.
Yeah, I'd say Cucurella's gone up in my. I haven't got him in my rankings, but he's gone up in my kind of thinking from last week to this week. To be fair, I do think he's not a bad option, especially given, like you say, Reece James just can't be trusted for.
Speaking of FPL
weeks.
trolls, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't mind him. But yeah, I mean, as you can see from the list, it's kind of Arsenal defenders are where you want to be, and
exactly.
throw in the odd like Trent, the odd Porro, but mainly Arsenal defenders if you're going premium.
Yeah, for sure. Completely agree. All right. Well, if you guys want to let us know what you think about me and Brad's list, let us know if we missed anyone, and we will check in on you later on in the video and next week to see how right we were.